I will hold in order to do business with you. You break open your house one time, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It comes to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go in a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Dance! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change, and thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Tuesday the 14th of March 2023. Remember viewers, we are on the social media platform Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. On YouTube, it's TT-REALTALK. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live, viewers. So remember viewers, share our social media platform that your friends and family, locally, regionally, and internationally will be able to see our live program or even a rerun on the social media platform. That's Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook, and it's TT-REALTALK on YouTube. So remember, do that just for me. I'm also a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. You can contact me. Numbers will be on screen shortly, viewers. You can contact these numbers to get in touch with me. You can also call these numbers to get in touch with our Central and South office. Now, Real Talk Credit Union wants you to open an account for your friends, your family, your son, your daughter. We offer you 4% on fixed deposit, viewers. Remember that. 4% on fixed deposit. So if you have $100,000, just saying, if you have $100,000 and you put it on a fixed deposit for 5 years at Real Talk Credit Union, you will get $20,000 interest in 5 years' time. Remember, this is money that you're not using. This is money that you invest in. You're investing. It's not like you invest in Real Talk Credit Union and again a percentage. You're getting 1/4%, you're getting 0.5%, you're getting 1%. No, at the end of the year, you're getting nothing. At the end of the year, at the end of 5 years in other financial institutions, you're getting nothing. Nothing. But at Real Talk Credit Union, the more you invest, the more you grow. The more you grow. So viewers, remember that. Calling numbers 339-1670, 242-7690, 238-6716, and 267-7325. Set up an appointment, come in, have a discussion with one of our officers, and as easy as 1, 2, 3, opening an account for you and your kid. Remember, also a spiritual consultant. Those of you who are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me. I will be available for you to do whatever you have to do. So as we start off our program tonight, the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association has stated that it does not have all the support it needs to fully reopen the industry. And now, many small yards are being forced to close. The association, they are still waiting for the scrap metal inspector and all the other systems to be administered by the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Now, I will pause there. They came out hot. And as of the 24th of February 2023, scrap iron dealers was able to start back their trade, to apply their trade. Now, the AG and Paula Gopi-Spoon, they talked about putting things in place. So I want to ask them, both of the General Regional and Paula Gopi-Spoon, who is the Trade Minister for Trinidad and Tobago, when will these effect effectively come in place? All these things that you're talking about put in place, where are you going to get these scrap metal inspectors? I understand there's an appeal for scrap metal inspectors. So when exactly is this industry going to kick off? Could the Attorney General say something? Could Paula Gopi-Spoon say something? You see, I got to tell you something, Paula. When we talk about trade in Trinidad and Tobago, you are the minister. It's two things you could do. Is it that you could give Trinidad and Tobago a bad name in trade with other countries, or you could lift up your standards and get trade actually going in Trinidad and Tobago. Because right around the world, they're going to look at you, Paula, not Saeed, you know. They're going to look at you as a failure coming to trade for Trinidad and Tobago. And even the Attorney General, because they are already bashing him already, not performing, after we lost the case in the US, they started to label him as not performing. So is he going to do the same thing with trade in Trinidad and Tobago? Is he going to do the same thing? Is Paula going to damage trade between Trinidad and other countries that Trinidad could actually benefit from? So I'm asking them on national television. Now, Real Talk with Saieed Ali is a live program from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. that is being viewed in all the English-speaking countries around the world. Yes, I want you to understand that. All the English-speaking countries around the world that carry synergy. Because the last time I spoke to Brian, he said, Saieed, he said, we connect with the world. Every English-speaking country in the world has synergy on their cable. So which means, if we highlight a minister, they are not just going in Trinidad or Tobago. Their highlight is going worldwide. Worldwide. So if they are embarrassed in Trinidad and Tobago, that embarrassment going worldwide. So the very trade minister for Trinidad and Tobago and not putting things in place at a fast pace, where are you carrying us then? Where are you carrying us? Are you going to let down the scrap iron industry? Because scrap iron industry is a big trade around the world. I want you to understand that. It's a big trade around the world. Because other countries depend on scrap metal from Trinidad. And we depend on shipping metal outside to bring in US currency in our country. But do they think it like that? No, all they think is that, you know, at the end of 30 days, they get a salary and that's all their business with who make, where make, don't make. So Paula, I think you should put a little effort into getting Trinidad and Tobago on the globe in the shipping of scrap metal to other countries. And watch my Trinidad and Tobago, we ship to some wealthy countries, you know. Wealthy countries. 1.2 or 1.3 million people, and trade minister can't get their act together for trade concerning Trinidad and other countries. Imagine that. Imagine that. How hard it is. How hard it is, Paula, to focus on one thing and get it correct. How hard it is. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Sir.
Go right ahead, you're live, my friend.
This plan with scrap iron business is not for the local people. This is against your only friend and family, and they're not going to take it from them. They will have to sell it to them for them to ship it away. You know. They have a plan with this, you know. They have a plan with these people have a plan, you know. And they're too busy to see about anything else. All they're doing is attacking the DPP, and they don't like Africa Wajang and all over the place. I always tell on it. I always see what's going on here. Why people suffering.
Thank you, my friend.
So, thank you.
Now, viewers, dealers stated that many scrapyards are unable to purchase material from collectors. And even though some scrapyards are in possession of their export license, they are unable to load ship. You see? They are unable. Why? Because the minister, go P-School and the AG come out, they make their statement, they close that door and they go on one side again. And that's it. Stick to one thing and get the bloody thing done. That's all you have to do. You're in charge of trade? Okay, trade is your thing. Okay, scrap iron shipping outside. Get the bloody hell thing in an order and move forward. How hard is it? How hard is it, Paula? And you know what's the sad bloody part about it? Is that the Ministry of Trade have a lot of workers. So Paula don't just have to sit there. She can order who to do what and get it done. Like that. But like I said, we like to remain a third world country. Those who eating honey wants to continue eating honey. But they don't realize the honey just run out. You see how UNC left? They left leadership. The association also asked the government to prioritize the effort to bring relief to the industry. Paula, this is your department. Make it an issue. Because I will continue to stink up Paula's name internationally. If you can't see about your own country, how could you see about somebody else's country? You can't do that. You just can't. Paula, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
And please remember that today, the 14th of March,
Yes.
2023, I said this, and you will see very soon it might come to pass. I want to believe that something is in the making where the government would appoint to have some financier or some friend or somebody big to be the sole exporter of scrap iron, the sole exporter. So what would happen eventually? All the scrap iron dealers would not be able to export their scrap iron and make the money. They would have to sell it to the
one buyer.
And that person would be the sole exporter. Watch and see. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about Parental. Reiterate calls for answer on T&TEC on raising its price after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, Real Talk is giving you 4% on our fixed deposit. Grab the opportunity today, tomorrow, the next day, because nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago you're going to get this offer again. Remember that, viewers. Remember that. I'm also a licensed money lender. You're looking for cash, it's not a problem. Princestown MP Barry Padarat has doubled down his call to Minister Marvin Gonzalez to come clean regarding the hiring of the new senior human resource manager at T&TEC and what he called the political charge. Now, is there a relationship that exists between the government, the RIC, and T&TEC? Padarat told Gonzalez that instead of answering any of the opposition question, or even, for the very least, giving a comment, to seek out answers, the minister chose to engage in personal attacks. The MP for Provincetown also warned Gonzalez that no amount of posturing and attack will make his question go away. Parental once again asked the Minister of Public Utilities, is the government stacking the board of T&TEC with PNM members? Interesting. Has the work of the first committee to interview applicants for the position of Chief Human Resource Manager been squashed? And has a new process started to give the PNM their desired outcome? Was a new set of interviews conducted on March 7th to facilitate the chosen candidate? So Marvin, you have some answering to do. What happened to the present board? Was that board dismantled and a new set of individuals seated there just to accommodate PNM administration? I don't know, Marvin. Barry asking a serious question. Did the government instruct and engage in an attempt to pad T&TEC with a Chief Human Resource Manager who is alleged to be a first cousin of a senior PNM executive member? Marvin, is that true? Marvin! Gonzalez, don't hide, come out and answer it. Has the minister advised T&TEC to get their house in order as it pertains to implementing the new electricity rates? Marvin, you have some questioning. Is the manager alleged to be the first cousin of a senior PNM executive member? Marvin, Barry asking you that, and I am asking you the same thing. Is there a connection? Was the board dissolved because of this? Marvin, don't hide, because the question will be sent to you repeatedly by me. By me. So is it in the making or is it already made? Is the manager who is alleged to be the first cousin of a senior PNM executive member? Marvin, you have some questioning to answer. I would love to hear what you have to say. You know you like to talk. You like to give an answer, and I love to ask questions. So you have it there, Marvin. You owe Trinidad and Tobago an explanation as to why T&TEC is going to raise electricity rate. Keep in mind, viewers, the government owes T&TEC over $1 billion. So is the rate, the increase in T&TEC electricity, are they forcing the citizens to pay an increased price because they cannot get over $1 billion from the government? Caller, good night.
Good night, sir. This seems to be the modus operandi of this government, you know. You know, same thing you're talking about. They owe T&TEC money, so T&TEC is coming towards the citizens to pay because the government is pocketing the money. HDC and their supporters owe the government as well. They are not interfering with their supporters coming to the public again to foot that bill. How is this government operating, sir? Now, have you seen the statistics on UV? The significant drop in the intake of UV because they cannot afford to accommodate. They have to cut staff and all these things. So, what is going to happen when this PNM finish? You know, we are going to have a mental drain, an intellectual drain, because even when this government come in power, when they came in power, they took away laptop from the school, shouldn't be the primary school. They took away the school feed. They are doing everything, you know, to hinder. They went again, you know, students, you know, they perform so well that they deserve a scholarship. They removed that scholarship. They are giving bursaries because it is their people who are going to receive this bursary. What is it going on with this government, sir? Now look at here. You know, I have one suggestion, sir. You see the zeal with which the Prime Minister attacked the opposition, sir? If he used that same passion and energy towards crime and developing the economic situation in this country, we would have been a leading You know, not second or third or fifth world, but a first world country. But this man is only aiming his guns at the opposition. Only opposition, calling people flea, mountain, lice. You know that is disgraceful in the international community, sir. Why can't this man spew his venom on the criminal? Are he in support of the criminal, sir? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. So here is Trinidad and Tobago and viewers of Real Talk. If the HDC tenants throughout Trinidad and Tobago cannot pay $100 in their monthly rate, you think they'll be able to pay a T&TEC bill? Ask yourself this question. If those who rent from HDC, if they cannot pay $100 per month, as Camille said, tenants are owing HDC hundreds of millions of dollars. Who do you think pays the electricity bill? What if T&TEC decides to keep a disconnection drive just for the government of the day? What do you think will happen? If you owe T&TEC $200, they come in to dismantle, they come in to cut your power. But the government owes them over $1 billion. And no power is being cut. So is the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago being held hostage? Coming to the increased rates that will be coming from T&TEC to pass down to the citizen. Are we being held hostage? Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this question. So Marvin, are we the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago being held hostage for the government owning T&TEC? And then all you want to call on yourself now, while we're working for the people, what people are you working for? Ask yourself this. What people are you working for? Moving along, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has indicated that Mexico has asked CARICOM to join its legal fight to hold U.S. gun manufacturer and distributor responsible for the crime mayhem as their weapons of destruction have been used to unleash in some countries. One Mexico request, Dr. Rowley stated that T&T is considering to test the legality of those who make these weapons of war that are destroying our society. Listen to this.
And Mexico has approached CARICOM asking us as independent sovereign states with the same problem to join the fight to hold American gun manufacturers, to test it in the courts in America, to hold the manufacturers and distributors of guns, handguns, and assault weapons into our country, to hold them responsible for the mayhem that they have unleashed on our societies. Tonight, I can tell you, Trinidad and Tobago is actively considering joining that to be able to test the legality of those who make those weapons of war that are destroying our society. We have to join that fight.
In Trinidad, there's a saying goes like this: do so and like so. It has been reported in news in Trinidad and Tobago that TTPS bullet, TTPS ammunition are being found at crime site in Trinidad and Tobago, correct? Why don't you, Mr. Prime Minister? I love these bacchanal, you know. You see, when let's start with outside countries and we can't fix we want, but we want to join our fight? How the hell is TTPS ammunition being found at crime scene? How come? Can you tell me the legality of this, Mr. Prime Minister? Before you join Mexico in trying to war with the US, try and fix our own country first. Try and fix our own country first. How the hell is TTPS ammunition ending up on a crime scene in Trinidad and Tobago? Where's the legality is this? Where did the criminal get the bullet from to start with? Fix that problem in Trinidad and Tobago and then join Mexico in a big war. Come now, man, talk now, man. PM say something. You want to join a war of gun smuggling. You want to challenge manufacturers and distributors of firearms in the United States, coming out of the United States through a back channel, or however you want to call it, and entering into different countries with illegal firearm. But you cannot fix a problem right here in Trinidad and Tobago where bandits are ending up with TTPS bullets. 1.203 million people, you can't fix that here. You want to join Mexico to challenge the US? Come, Mr. Prime Minister, catch yourself. Catch yourself and fix Trinidad. Don't study about Mexico, want to war with the US. Don't study who manufacturing and where manufacturing. Fix your country. Because if our borders were secure, if Trinidad and Tobago had a proper intelligence unit, if Trinidad and Tobago had proper security forces, we would have been clamping down on illegal firearms in communities where police stations are being set up. Or where have police stations. But you want to talk about Mexico, want to challenge manufacturers in the US? Catch yourself, Mr. Prime Minister. Catch yourself. I say telling you, catch yourself. Bandits in Trinidad and Tobago have TTPS bullets. It's showing up at crime scene. It have been hitting news. Fix your country first now. Fix your country first now. Find out how bandit ending up with TTPS bullet now. And then look to join another war. Don't join a war that will embarrass Trinidad and Tobago. Don't do that. Fix our country first. Because we have illegal firearm right here in Trinidad. You can't fix that. You want to join a war to do what? Embarrass us? No, sir. No, sir. Don't do that. Dr. Ali also stated that he wants CARICOM to speak as one voice to major trading partners, with one voice to say to them, America must do more to prevent guns from coming from America into T&T. So what the hell happened to our security down here now? Come, Mr. Prime Minister, you're touching on some very, very topic. Very, very sensitive topic. How the hell now it leaving America and entering Trinidad? Forget it, leave America. How the hell it entering Trinidad? Mr. Prime Minister, how is it entering our own country? If our country was secured, if our country had proper intelligence, if our country had proper border security. Illegal firearm, live in the United States, would have never been able to enter Trinidad and Tobago. Don't join Mexico. You will embarrass Trinidad and Tobago. You will embarrass our people. And I will embarrass all you on national television. Listen to this video.
And if you ask me what I want out of this conference coming up here over and above educating our population, I want CARICOM to speak as one voice to our major trading partner, our friend in the north, with one voice to say to them, America must do more to prevent guns from coming from America into our country.
So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, you're going to hear what a former commissioner of police had to say concerning Rowley want to join Mexico in a gun lobby. You can't secure our borders to prevent illegal firearm. You don't know how bandit ending up with TTPS bullet, but you want to join Mexico to do what? To embarrass us, Mr. Prime Minister? No! Viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but we'll continue with this after we return.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Said, I can't believe that people in this country still listen to the dotishness that this man they call Rowley is talking and telling the population. Let me tell you something. You feel the United States manufacturing guns for bandits to go and kill people? They're manufacturing weapons to protect the people, to supply their protective services and all this kind of thing. If it is that people decide that out here they want to take these weapons now and commit crime, that's why you have your protective service to deal with that.
Correct.
So, and people dying in accidents, cars crossing the median and things. So what we're going to do now, ban the cars and them from coming into Trinidad and Tobago. This is how dotage this man we call Rowley is. And people go feel that, okay, I'm being disrespectful or some kind of thing. But when he could come on a public domain and disrespect other parliamentarians and things, how I should have respect for him? You understand? What they are to understand is how they have failed this country in every means. Gonzo walk and come into Trinidad. They sort of come through all the ports of Trinidad and Tobago where you as a government is being paid, taxpayers is paying you to hear say every port of entry into the country you're supposed to protect that and have things in place to make sure that no firearms don't come into the country illegally. You failing that. You understand? And now you're blaming everybody else. And watch who we siding with. Mexico. One of the most corrupted country, violent country in the world. He supported. Come like, you know, you're going for counseling for marriage where a man had the most amount of failed marriages. You know, people have to be logical and sensible in this country and start to wake up and understand that this man is a madman. He's talking as a dotishness. You cannot believe in him again. You need to get people to sit in position to deal with situation in this country that is real. Rowley has been a failure from day one, and he has continued to be a failure. And what he does after is to do what? Come out, rant and rave, and blame everybody else. You understand? But himself. And that's when the people in this country have to wake up and understand. Have a good night, Mr. Asai. Take care.
Thank you, my friend. The NTA, National Transformation Alliance, political leader Gary Griffith has slammed the Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley for announcing that T&TEC is considering joining Mexico in taking legal action against American gun manufacturer for firearm-related offense in their respective countries. Dr. Rowley made the announcement when he addressed a PNM political meeting in Barataria on March 9th 2023. In a statement on Saturday, Griffith described the Rowley statement as a reflective of his own administration failure to deal with crime, and particularly the issue of illegal firearms being used to commit crime. Referring to Dr. Rowley comments about T&TEC joining Mexico anti-gang lobby, Griffith stated that the PNM is signaling that his administration will now turn its gun on businessmen in the USA by trying to blame them for manufacturing firearms that have a negative impact on our country. He was concerned that Rowley comments could have affected diplomatic relations with some of T&TEC's most powerful international allies. Griffith also described Rowley logic as flawed. So Trinidad and Tobago, we have an issue right here. Right here we have an issue of bandits having TTPS labeled ammunition. It has been circulating in news at crime scene TSTT labeled ammunition were found. How did those bandits get a hold of that? How? Could the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago say how? Could they launch an investigation as to how TTPS bullets ended up in the arms or the hands of illegal gun-toting touts? You can't figure out that. You can't fix the security for Trinidad and Tobago, but you want to join Mexico in fighting against the US for a gun lobby? Come on, Prime Minister, get real. Get real. Not because you are the PM for Trinidad and Tobago, you come out and make some foolish statements, you know. No, 1.4 million people in a 2x2 country, and you can't fix that security problem? You cannot fix that for 1.4 million people, but you want to join Mexico, who have about 40 million people? To fight who? To fight who, Rowley? Don't let power get to your head and your head jump off your shoulder. Don't do that. You see the foolish statement you're making, you will continue making it and embarrassing Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Wonderful, wonderful job you're doing on the show.
Thank you.
This is my scam. And I want to know if they ever fix the scanners. They ever fix the scanners down in the port.
Yeah. I don't know if that scanner fix, you know.
Yeah, I want to know if they ever fix them scanners.
I don't know. Thank you, caller. While videos and other social media posts of student indiscipline may make persons feel as though the entire education system has collapsed, Education Minister Dr. Niang Gasby-Dolly have stated that the reality is only a few students are undisciplined. How long have we been talking about school violence? And what did the minister or the Ministry of Education put in place to deal with bullies, to deal with individuals who are beating up other children? What has the ministry put in place? What did the Minister of Education put in place to deal with it? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Gasby-Dolly revealed that out of 819 schools participated in a February survey, only 47 had students who were suspended since the return to physical classroom in 2022, while out of the national school population of 200,000, only 142 were suspended more than 3 times. Listen to this.
Of the 819 schools, 47 schools indicated that they had students who had been suspended 3 or more times since April 2022. 47 schools out of 819. 6 primary schools, 41 secondary schools. That's 0.05% of the schools in Trinidad and Tobago. We further looked at the number of students who have been suspended more than 3 times since April 2022. So we went down, drilling down from the schools, looking now at the students. How many students had been suspended more than 3 times since 2022? 142 students out of 200,000 odd students in our schools had been suspended more than 3 times since April 2022. That's 0.0007%.
So you judging it as 0.00007%. They got suspended more than 3 times and they did not learn. So what you gonna do? Long ago when they go to school and they cause problems, your parents take you out one time and you go and plant rice, you go and plant cane, or you go and mine animal. Or you're going in the garden. Today it benefited them. 3 times you got expelled from school, you got suspended, and after that you go back to cause more fights again. More fights, more bullying. Gasly, what did you have? What did you place for that? What did you create for that? Absolutely nothing. You have your data, you come on your media platform, you yap your mouth, yap, and that's it. Case closed, talk done, and you go on your way. And that's the end of it. There's a problem, but is there a solution to the problem? No. And that is our problem in Trinidad. The ministries, they know all the problems. You have all the data. And are you working on fixing it? No. More than 3 times, let me tell you something. Me was the principal of that school. You're suspended from the school immediately. Expelled from the school. You see, the education board needs to set an example while others follow. While others follow. I remember an incident happening in Tableland High School where the principal told the mother of a child that the students who hit the mother's son, the principal said the student who actually commit the act, they have to get counseling. But the student never tell the mother of the child who was abused that he had to get counseling. The one who commit the act, them getting counseling. That is where we are, back to front. You have this the data, you find out how much schools, you're suspended more than 3 times, but yet you're going back in school and you're causing problem and nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. How the hell are we fixing the problem of school violence in school? Set examples. Start expelling students. You want to come and the principal. And I will tell you something. Principal now needs to be put on spot. And you see, come next week Monday, whenever there's a fight in a school compound, I want to know who's the principal. And we're putting you on spot. John Doe is the principal of that school in so and so place. What course of action did he take? What course? There are lots of bullying. There's a lot of fight that do not circulate on social media that happens in classrooms. And everybody want to keep it hush hush. Hush hush. Hush hush. Until it happens to the principal's daughter or the principal's son or the teacher's son or daughter, then they're going to realize how serious it is. Until then, the Minister of Education, zip your mouth. I telling you, zip your mouth. You're bringing up everything, but you're bringing a solution to the problem. And that is the problem we have in. Prime Minister want to blame the parents. You can't blame the parents. The parents never tell the child go in school and fight. Suspend them from the school. And then you're going to see how much students in Trinidad and Tobago pulling up on their children. Call a good night.
Night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
I know you're a man for a lot of weight and power in this country and all over the world for Trinidad. I have an issue.
Call me tomorrow, 339-1670. Now here it is. The minister noted that Student Support Service has 800 personnel to deal with school-based delinquency and indiscipline. Here it is now.
So what is the Ministry of Education doing to address school indiscipline? The first port of call is the Student Support Services Division. This division of the ministry is over 800 staff members strong. You have school social workers, guidance counselors, special education instructors. They are the ones that if your child is dyslexic or the child has another learning disability, they are the ones that are tasked to take care of that. Student aides. Some students need someone with them in the classroom. They are part of that unit. Clinical psychologists, diagnostic specialists, inclusive education specialists, school psychologists, and behavioral specialists. All of these make up that cadre of over 800 student support services officers that work out of the Ministry of Education.
Behavioral specialists, but yet you're coming to tell the public that students have been suspended more than 3 times. Say something, Gatsby Dolly. You have behavioral specialists. You just said that, you know. 800 strong. Where is the behavioral specialist for when you get suspended more than 3 times? What are they coming up with? Are they going to allow the student to come back into the school and disrupt the whole school? Or are you going to suspend? Oh, let me say it like this. Or are you going to take out one rotten apple so the rest don't get decayed? Huh? Let me tell you something. No wonder why Muslims are so strict. Because we don't tolerate nonsense. You have somebody in a school that will pick up on behavioral patterns. You have psychologists, and you get suspended from school 3 times, and you still going into the school. It's best they resign and go home. Because they ain't doing one bloody hell thing. And you guys be proud to come out and say now, you're 800 strong, and you're also proud to come out and say, one student gets suspended 3 times. You're proud of that. You're proud of that to make those kind of foolish statements on national television. Hey, let me tell you something. All that is embarrassed Trinidad and Tobago. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. She reminded of the Ministry Remedial Education Program where 80 schools and 26 secondary schools now have after-class remedial classes for at-risk students. Listen to her one more time.
Another way we are dealing with school indiscipline is by improving the schools and dealing with the students who have education issues. There's a sharp correlation between academic performance and school indiscipline. The students who misbehave the most are the ones whose academic performance is the lowest. So if we can engage these students and ensure that they have the skills to achieve in school, there's a chance to catch them and turn them away from that negative path they're following. So the Ministry of Education has a remedial education program, and this is also tied in with dealing with the learning loss from COVID. Remember, our students were out of school for 2 years. Some of them didn't do well. And so dealing with this is the remedial education program. After school classes, that has begun in 80 primary schools. What we have done, we've looked at the indiscipline, we've looked at the performance, and we have selected 106 schools, 80 primary schools, 26 secondary schools that we are paying sharp focus on. We're looking at those schools, we're monitoring them, and we are investing in those schools. Because if we can help those children, we can help the country.
Gatsby Dolly, I understand everything you are doing. But bullies in school causing a problem. And that is an issue that you all are not dealing with. I understand everything you're bringing out. Everything you want the children to be involved in. But if you have bullying in school, that will turn students away. Understand what's going on. There must not be fighting in school. There must not be bullying in school. Students would be afraid and they will turn away from school, Gatsby Dolly. Common sense was made before books. Think about that. Think about the bullying. That is the issue. That is letting down the education system in Trinidad and Tobago. The bullying in school. Pay attention to that. So we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to hear Kid Rowley, Bax, Gatsby Dolly in Appealing to Parents after this break.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and Licensed Moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, those of you who are looking for a higher interest rate on a fixed deposit, you're looking at 4%, contact Realtalk Credit Union. Information. Remember, I'm also a licensed money lender. You want to do business? It's not a problem. We will do business. I'm also a spiritual consultant. Those of you interested, those of you who are having spiritual problems, can contact me. Just drop the numbers one more time, Director, so the people would see the numbers to get in touch with Realtalk. Numbers on screen, viewers. Remember, if you want to open a Realtalk Credit Union account, you can contact these numbers for our central office and south office. You want to contact me, call any one of these numbers and you will get in touch with me. So as we continue our program tonight, viewers, Prime Minister Dr. Kid Rowley has made a call to the country's parents to take their role as responsible to proper nurturing and training their children away from delinquency, violence, and antisocial behavior. First step in this, if the principal of the school suspend the student, parents will start getting serious as to why the hell you are home when you're not in school. When mommy caused a fight in school today, did you cause it? Yes. You beat up somebody else's children? Yes. But wap, and that is it. Some of them don't get belts, they don't get slippers, they don't get shoes. Nowadays don't have that. Long ago, when I was going to school, let me tell you something, you couldn't come home and tell your parents you're getting a fight, you know. You couldn't. Because they're picking you up from inside your house. And they're carrying you by the students you beat up. And tell that student sorry. And tell the parents sorry. And watch me from there you're getting your tail cut. Tambour and whip. Fence. Slippers. Shoes. Belt buckle. Broom. They call that violence? No, that is not violence. That is telling your son or your daughter, don't ever fight in school again. Someone say the parents beating the child. That is not beating the child. You're not taking advantage. I teach my son a lesson. You want to fight in school? Not a problem. When you come home, I will deal with you. I will deal with you. You see, the police can't train your child. The principal can't train your child. But the parents can train the child. So if principals step up their game and get serious with keeping a principal name in a school, violence will go down. Take my word for it. So Dr. Rowley advised parents that they have the responsibility because they are the parents in this country who are not paying attention to their children and instead leaving it up to the teachers to work a miracle. Listen to PM.
I want to appeal to parents in this land that is becoming faster and faster, a wider killing field. I want to let you know, parents, you have the fundamental responsibility. And when you see a child behaving in a particular way, the question must be asked, where is a parent? There are too many parents in this country who are not paying attention to their children sufficiently, leaving them up to the teachers to work miracle, leaving them to the government and the police, because old talk is cheap. What can the police do except to act after the crime is committed when you turn a blind eye to it?
Recently, I told my son, so viewers, here Dr. Rowley, he added that his government is not taking the responsibility that easy. Look at this.
It used to be the boys long time. Rough play among the boys. I was in high school. We had one or two little fights something in high school. No weapons, you know. Then the girls join in. And I could tell you something. You all watch Wakanda? Woman could fight. Like them now. And worse now, the parents join in. Parents. What is the parent thinking when you go into a school and decide to act violently against somebody else's child? Is that the best way to deal with the situation? And then everybody turn around and blame the government. It's the government. It's the government. I am saying the government is not taking that responsibility. The government is saying to you, the first responsibility as a father or a mother, an uncle, an aunt, a brother, a sister, a neighbor, the first responsibility is yours.
And I will side with the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago for saying that. A few days ago, I told my son, I said, the day you go in school and you embarrass me as your father, I will send you Darul Ulum. It's a Muslim training school. And I will see you once a month. So buck up yourself and get your act in gear. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, there's a rerun of this program tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and we'll be right back here on Wednesday the 15th of March for our Public Concerns Night. Until we meet again, good night.